All right, big gulp of water here for Palidore as we get ready for VRespawn Jokr versus Synapse. The teams have just been pinged. I'm excited for this one, and I'm assuming so are you. This is a much anticipated match between these teams because, well, on one side you have Synapse, who are the only remaining undefeated team, and in North America at least, and over on Jokr's side, well, they're currently the #1 team, sitting pretty, but their record is 7-1. And you want to know what that one loss was? That was to Jokr. Now, if so much for subtlety wants to unmute, they got the karaoke going on. Over on the other side. Subtlety says that's okay. So you know what? Oh gosh, maybe it's a wise idea. Here, for the stream at home, I'll sum it up for you. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. There you go. And that was a much more prettified version of what I'm hearing right now. But they're trying. They're putting it in. So a lot of intrigue in this matchup for sure. Again, the only loss of the Season 4 team, Jokr, to Synapse. In that very first day of the preseason, week 1, night 1. And man, these guys are really rolling here on the karaoke still. But in any case, that's okay. We're gonna get it in there. I know for Jokr, the only game they lost was the only game they didn't do the karaoke for pre-game. So they got it in this time, and I heard it. I can verify it.
14, 13, 12,
but all right,
11,
we're ready to get started here, and well, this will also be, in 31 days, my 100th cast. So, how about that? All right, getting ready to go. Over in chat, hello. I see Single Shot, 5-Spotted Dog, the subscription as well. Thank you very much. That was quite swell. Here for the first launch, it's going to be Synapse with a disc. Rickster also in the chat. And now Andy down low. Looking to make a roll on the goal. Goes back line for the pass, but it's cut off immediately there, and Kung will receive that one, dish it to the back line. Here comes the sacks. So both these teams obviously having extremely successful seasons. A nice punch there from YouTube will at least interrupt the efforts. Jokr gets a slap clear to the other end, trying to find a teammate. A back pass, bit too strong, so it will sail along into the tunnel. And now an open shot that will be trouble. Absolutely. Palace getting the first 3 points on the board for Synapse.
14, 13,
Hot start now. Off that shot, he barely glided that one through.
8, 7,
Just missed the edge of the barrier.
5, 4,
Hello to Salty Splatoon and Visionary as well. Hype, hype. High and hype.
entering the arena.
So Ryan Righto, oh, the Matador move as he finds his pass over on to Jokr, who will get it up there on the floor. Over to Jokr, and Jokr having it stolen, but getting it right back off the punch. And so now a disc will find the hands of YouTube in that back, trying to find Andy up ahead. Jokr stack coming in through hot here, and a back pass cut off nicely. And now Joktr's opportunity just a bit offline, so back to Synapse. And Zach will handle it.
Blue clears it out.
Seeing Ninja Knight, Gilligan in there as well. Welcome.
Disc into the hands
So
of Orange.
I suppose I forgot to do all the introductions, but of course I'm Palidore, and so much for subtlety on cams tonight. So welcome back to the stream for him as well. Forgot to mention.
Headed back downfield.
So off to YouTube it goes. Gonna cruise into the hands of Palace. He'll slap it back to Zach. And in the goal over there for a Jokr, it's Jokr. A lot of capable defenders on their team, midline and beyond. We remember that game against Kangos for Jokr where they had that epic save. It was Kung there at the end. I mean, just Jokr's defense in a nutshell is incredibly hard to handle, and having a hard time handling that disc as it sails back to Jokr, just dodging by Palace. Palace is going to find a move up top to Kung, backing it out now to Jay. So Jay with Jokr behind the way and up ahead to Kung instead. Gonna go for the nest pass, and the shot gonna be blocked, and Palace will find the clear down the tunnel. Gonna sail down now into the bubble, just about, as a soft boost comes lightly out from Andy, trying to light up the goal for a couple more points, and the ding and the dunk, and that is, well, 5 points for Synapse with a little bit of the junk.
13, 12,
Also, timeout just being called by the bye, so 7:05 or so after that goal,
7,
I believe, if that's the case. And indeed. So 7:05 on the clock. More or less. I'll, at the very least, inform the teams. Whew. Okay, so comms coming in from the players here, and they're letting us know that Roktor may have just broken a hand. Ideally, that's not the case, but he punched something. Now we've seen one other major injury I could think of, and that was a Grumpy on Flare. That was a few weeks ago. Fortunately, he made it out at the end, somewhat all right. His headset was another story. Never like to see that happen here. So hopefully, it's not too serious. But indeed, just calling a timeout after that goal. Roktor getting, I suppose, excited there. Not excited to hit the wall or whatever it was he did hit, though. Gonna hurt. Wouldn't be the first Echo Arena injury, certainly, but hate to see it, and especially in a match like this. But in any case, once again, hello to everyone over there in the Twitch chat. And it was 5-spotted dog again, so thanks again for that sub, by the way. Kind of had to rush through it earlier because it was just the start of the match. And shared 5 emotes as well. We need a door emote up in here. I only just got one on Discord finally. It took 2.5 years. But yeah, saying... People in the chat saying they've been looking forward to this all week. Rickster says that. Ninja Knight, the suspense is killing him. That's not good at all. Another injury. This time the Twitch chat going down. I mean, I've borderline injured myself a few times just doing these streams on some of the plays where I get really up into it, and then next thing you know, I'm sweating, feeling like a heart attack's coming on. And hello to Slight Lemons in the chat. There's another name there. Salty Splatoon, how tough are ya? Gilligan saying Egret broke his hand punching his metal desk one time, trying to stun Altered Droid. Ouch. Never punch a droid, they're made of metal. It's in the name. Jeez. Now for me, I believe, break a finger, just like a little hairline thing back in either beta or early release 2017. I mean, still got a bone spur there in my index finger from it. That was also why that I ended up not terribly long after, around winter 2017, that's when I switched from a queen size to a hammock. Buy that space for me. Suppose now that I'm casting more, the hammock isn't that necessary, but you know what? It gets the job done. It's actually pretty comfortable if you buy the right ones. So if you need pro hammock tips, ask me, maybe.
Orange team ready.
So, all right, just listening to Jay Walker give an update there to Andy. Looks like they're about to start. They said Roktor's controller was apparently smashed. Hopefully the rest of him is intact here as we get ready to continue. I mean, Jokr did do the pregame sing-along, so I mean, you know, that's supposed to buy them some good luck here. If nothing else, we're getting ready to see some good skill and hopefully a thrill of a match off that brief intermission. Well wishes to Roktor. Hopefully he didn't rock tear anything as Ryan goes off and Andy comes away with it though, and that is going to be the 8th point straight off the joust. Oof. So just maybe putting a little ice on that one is Synapse. Kind of taking them by surprise off of that joust and the grab. That was indeed quick. And yeah, Rickster, I'm just explaining what the players said. That words that came out of their mouth at first was Rocktor might have broke his hand. But sometimes people use hand and controller interchangeably, so you know, could be the case. In any case, though, Ryan Rhino finding that pass down low to Kung. He's going to be contested. Good nest pass though to Rocktor, and no broken controller there. Just a heartbreaker of a shot against the goalie there, and Jokr now the first 2 points. About 4 minutes into this match. About double that if you're counting real time, but nonetheless, we're right on line for a contested match. I can feel it in my bones. So out it rolls, YouTube taking that first one, and that's just going to be a missed opportunity there, but luckily not able to get the grab, so Rocktor missing that one, and now a pass up to YouTube. Gonna swing around and go on through with a little dipsy-do for 2. It's 10-2 now for Synapse, 5:39 left.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
But yeah, so people going back and forth about who broke what and what broke what.
Orange throws it.
I'm just the messenger. I heard hand, so I said hand. Gotta understand, on that shot, that was the plan for Zach W. the man. He'll make all those ones from the deep end with consistency. We know that.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7.
Very nice shot there from Zach.
5, 4.
He's got a few points on the board. I mean, not counting the reset earlier, obviously. Lost the score. I was observing pubs earlier, just kind of messing with cameras and experimenting with things. And I saw Zach hit the last couple days when I've seen him in pubs. I've seen him hit that whoa shot, but he's going to go for it, and no shot from YouTube because he gets the save back into the hands of Rocktor, trying to go down low, but will be cleared into the middle, and now a boost coming through. Both teams trying to get there in time. Rocktor taking that away and looking for a line on the passing play, but it gets knocked loose once and twice. Not very nice for them, but coming away with it is Zach again, and now Andy W. looking for his brother on the rope, but he knows where to go. That's the back line pass off the defensive pressure. Jokr always so excellent at that. Of course, Synapse no slouch either. So Palace trying to bait out the defense deep into the midfield just to draw them out of the goal, but it's going to result in maybe a temporary turnover, but right back on over to YouTube. Just trying to find some avenues. This is an incredible pileup happening right here. And yes, thank you, Rickster, linking the what shot. I don't know what Zach called it before then, but all I knew was what? As Jaywalker tries to find a way here. Kung is going to work that on in. And Kung will find it. Nice stun there. I believe it was Rocktor on the goalie. Punching out YouTube. Upload canceled. And it's Kung downloading the shot. Good coordination there from the teammates. So now Synapse on the launch. 3 minutes left. A little bit over 3 minutes. They still have a fairly healthy lead here. 8 points. So not in a hurry per se to make anything happen immediately. I mean, if they can find an opportunity, I'm sure they will. This is a very strike-heavy team. Synapse. Of course, Jokr just the same. Now, I'm curious, speaking of Jokr, I'm just wondering if we're going to see that train. Because in the last few matches now I've seen from them, every week, in fact, they pull out that little train stack where the QB latches onto the back of someone and then just kind of swings on in, juking around like a moving anchor. But the thing is, whereas earlier in the matches, in say weeks 1, 2, 3, Jokr was going for that and starting it outside of the bubble, and therefore, they were able to be stopped once they got into the 2-point zone if the defense played it right. But the last 2 times I saw Jokr now in streams and casting them, they actually were coordinating those plays, the trains, right inside the bubble. And it was buying them a lot of good opportunities, and not on the opportunity there, Ryan Rhino. So Jokr trying to clear that out, but right back into the hands, playing it deep in the midfield is YouTube. Very frequent place for him. He'll play that game, and then going in, it's Zach going 15-5, 10-point lead now. Playing the clock very well with under 2 minutes to spare in round 1.
9, 8, 7,
Rexer saying that him and Ryan started that in ESL Season 1, called it the Thing. It was called a few things. Sometimes people called it the piggyback, the train, whatever it was. It looks funny. It's right up Jokr's alley, but you know what? If Jokr can make that work for them, it's really not a bad move, especially if they're able to actually find it in the tunnel. Like I mentioned last time, they were actively actually starting that train stack once they got the bubble pass. They would find a crossover to barrier, then the barrier man would take that, and he'd find a cutting player. It was obviously very coordinated, so it was an impressive move. Just haven't seen it yet today. But anyway, less than a minute left. 10-point lead here for Synapse. Getting off to a strong start. Jokr just trying to work around it with that midfield defense that they're famous for, but now trying for a deep shot a little bit too high. So skying for it is Ryan. 43 seconds left. A lot of defense being evaded, and that's a gorgeous pass to Jokr. Now he's going to have a stack coming fast behind him, but he winds it in, and that's 7 points now for VRespawn Jokr. Enough to at least close the margin somewhat, but Synapse will come away with its first round victory. And so far, barring the restart that was about 3 minutes into the match, so mind you, we're missing a few stats here. But that aside, it was Zach W for Synapse with 5 points, leading the way since that restart. Over on the tunnel, some more stuns and brawls coming through. Looks like it won't result in any goals, however. Could be wrong. Sometimes I am. But yeah, so Zach leading the way is for his team, completing this round 15-7. Andy W there with the 3 points. YouTube with 2. Some assists. In fact, 1 assist and 1 save for both YouTube and Zach. And then the 16 stuns from Zach as well. And for Palace, he contributes 10 stuns. For Jokr, you have Kung with the 3 points, 2 apiece for Jay and Roktor. And I've now lost the stats, so that is that. But at least you got most of them in.
Blue team ready.
So team just readying up, making sure the clock is all set correctly, which it is. The veteranship from these two teams. Yeah, definitely one of those things that hopefully we can get a timeout button at some point or something like that, just to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, hope everyone is enjoying. Thank you for joining us. We'll say that chat over on Twitch has been really active and engaged lately. It's been nice to see. And since I have Subtlety here, doing the cams, it's a lot easier for me to, you know, stop in quite frequently. Usually I'm trying to juggle the comments and I'm liable to miss a lot. I may or may have not had a little bit of an audio oops earlier today in one of the games. I'm not saying I did, but I'm just saying I might have. And I just kind of missed the cue. I mean, luckily everyone heard me, so it was something, but that was all they heard. Anyways. So, round 2, it will go. Synapse taking it there. Ready to start off. And so we're going to switch back to this gameplay here and find, well, Jokr in the driver's seat, or at least trying to be. Needing to win this round to stay in the series. Now, the first joust of the game will just be taken right back for Synapse. They got an open goal, looking at that exposure, and with the closure, Andy W finds the 3. Some more hypey bits in there from Visionary. Good stuff. Rickster saying first-person disc holder would be cool. I try that on occasion. It's a bit of an awkward thing to nail, though. And also, one of the problems I've noticed with it, like I'll do it on shot attempts or some pass rollouts, but it kind of tilts the camera if the player is looking a funky direction. Maybe there's a way I can adjust that now, though, but we'll see. But yeah, Rickster, you shouldn't be surprised anymore. I can't help but talk in rhymes sometimes. But now online into the tunnel, trying to find it, and they will. So Roktor climbing on Ryan there. You can kind of see a miniature train just for the sake of it. Not really any purpose besides look cool for a second. And Roktor, the coolest of them all for sure. He rocks, and he's gonna try and roll a Ryan Rhino here in the tunnel. Looking for a deep crossover. That'll fortunately bounce into the hands of Kung. So two teammates down low, looking for that pass across, but a little bit off. So that one will result in another pileup. A mad scramble for this disc as Synapse comes on through. YouTube trying to find his groove. He has an open goal, but cannot put it home. And off to the defense is Jokr, getting there at the same time regardless. So maybe even a fortunate thing that didn't go in. But instead, a save from Kung, but it's going to float on in off the re-grab, the tap.
Get to your launchers.
Zach W, the active hands
11,
and the active fingers, and well, he finds that zinger into the goal. And it's 5 points. Couple minutes expired here in the second round. Jokr again just not able to get onto the board quite yet, but they're going to look to change that here with Ryan looking for that pass. Actually, no, it's an interception instead. A bad bounce, and it will not be capitalized upon, so luckily for them, Ryan's going to be contested here. Needs to find a pass, and good comms there from Jokr to find it. Another pass ahead to Roktor. That stack now coming to bother Rock, so he has to dish it back to his teammate in the tunnel, and now they'll find a pass up forward to Ryan. He's going to go for a contested shot. Would have been a tough one to make. Certainly YouTube very capable there at the goal. But that's exactly Jokr's style. They'll take the risky play sometimes because, quite frankly, it does pay off an awful lot for them. And going on in, headbutting it out on the stack. Re-attacking, though, here, Zach. So finds the wedge now. So Palace, off that hedge pass, will look across, but sails past Andy. And down low, it goes to Ryan Rhino. And Ryan knows he needs to get some points here for VRespawn. That is no joke, as getting smoked by the stun, but on the rebound, maybe getting it done. No, it's Andy there contesting and looking for that clear. Gets it into the atmosphere and off into the other side. Jokr's goal currently exposed, but getting there first, only for a brief second. Making him hurt is Zach, taking a bounce shot, and that was unbelievable from Zach. The slowest of bounces, but through the hands of, I think, 4 defenders. That's what made it incredible there. It was so contested, and he still found the bottom somehow. Zach just doing it. Sponsored by Nike. In any case, not really, but wouldn't that be cool? In any case, Zach's got the moves, but Roktor's gonna find it here. Just trying to evade the defense, trying to pressure that heavily, and doing so almost successfully. YouTube couldn't get the grab quite yet. On the second attempt, he will get slung all up around and back to the hands of Zach. So to the other end, it'll float. And now maybe another open goal, but the overshoot, that's gonna hurt a little bit. But maybe not too much. A few people here trying to get in touch on the defense for Jokr. Kung at the goal, obviously a hugely capable goalie, but now you got to be curious with 5.5 left. You can see Synapse playing that clock, dragging out the defense way to the back line. Very wise strategy, but that one, maybe not quite as much as it's taken. Clutched there by Kung and slung back. But just as fast as anything else, that stack meeting the disc before it even floats into the bubble. And now it will be recovered there by Jay. So back and forth it goes, clearing it there. Maybe didn't even need to quite yet, but Roktor's going to take that. This is some tough play happening here. No one's holding onto the disc for all too long. But now YouTube finding a lane and just looking for a soft one. Didn't have the vision, but he had the nice touch on the pass. And that one is going to go in at last off of all those back and forth plays. Zach paving the way for the 11 points. So Synapse here in great position to take the round. Jokr just not quite able to get on the board. Not finding the passes that they do with the same kind of efficiency that I'm used to. But of course, the defense here from Synapse has been quite tough. I mean, just look at that one. Very fast on those approaches. Just as well, I gotta wonder too if maybe the controller is playing an issue. Who knows? But whatever the case is, it will roll back into the goal area, just outside of it at least. And YouTube taking that away, finding Palace down low. And some beautiful control once again from Synapse. But now it will be looking like a goal, maybe. Indeed, Kung going crazy there, going slightly inverted, I suppose you'd call it, pulling off a Zach, more or less. In any case, he got it done there, and that's 2 points for Jokr. Took them 7 minutes, just about 6.5. So very long scoring drought for their team, and not something you're used to from Jokr, because normally they'll put on the points more than just about any other team in the Echo scene. And yes, this is the second round. Going down for the shot, but it will bounce back up top. Brickster saying, thank you, Subtlety, for the first person earlier. Indeed. The quick turnaround on the fan comments, fan feedback, and trying to get that for maybe one more feed into the goal if they're able to play this right. But there's a nice cutoff there from Ryan. Usually Jokr is, whoa, man, I almost floated on in. They'll still have a chance at it here. Kung going on in for the 2. I have no doubt that that was most likely semi-intentional from Ryan. Anyway, there you go. Trying to play that bounce clear. Just the thing is about Jokr, and I suppose you can also apply this to Zach, especially over on Synapse, but the thing is, they know the spots to hit. You know, they might not hit it exactly every time, but when they get those clears, they look for those clears. They know the general area it needs to go to have a good chance at rolling on in. But now off of that, a steal, but right back. Zach gonna take it, clear it. And just a little overshot there for Jokr. Kung coming there with a contest from Andy. And then right back to Kung. Again, heavily contested, so you see how fast he had to get rid of that. But it's gonna go back now. Andy taking it in. Jaywalker at the goal, but nice stun from Kung. So now kind of defending the goal indirectly this time from the outer edge of the bubble. So good pass there to Ryan, but he cannot find the goal because playing way back is YouTube not wanting to concede any extra points that they don't need to. So back it'll go into the mid area. Some potential pileups on the way. Zach looking for a fading bounce. Does not find it, but his stack will, but Kung will deny it. Another grab, though, in the midfield by Palace, and he's going to go in on a pair of stun goalies and find the way. So now the brawling coming in deep into that goal, and it's going to be a 13-4 lead here. Going into the final minute, Synapse looking good. So off it goes, and now a steal maybe, but there you go. So Roktor opting to go for the brawl, the boosted player there, kind of guarding his QB, and that's something interesting that I've been wanting to, or waiting to see, I suppose, from some of these teams. Going in though, Ryan looking for it, a nice save from YouTube. He finds himself another save and just playing the back line as well as that bubble excellently. And now maybe a grab here will be clear for the goal. 3 points, 16-4 as this clock is ready to expire. Another 25 seconds left. And yes, Synapse looking quite strong. Jokr right now in the joust advantage. They will have an opportunity to at least get one more shot, perhaps, with a fast rollout here. Look at that first pass. The second one will go deep into the other side. Take a rough bounce, and with that rebound, it will be the 16-4 win for Synapse in the series. Still going to be around 3 soon. But a very strong performance from them. And heading to the scoreboard momentarily off that 16-4 victory. 11 points from Zach in that round. Again, minding the fact that we had a restart after the first to adjust the clock. So these are one-round stats, but nonetheless, Zach leading the way with 11 points. 3 for Andy, 2 for Palace. And then YouTube, no points, but an assist, 3 saves, and countless interceptions off clears and things like that. I mean, he's not someone who stuffs the stat sheet because he can't. It's because he doesn't have to. He has some really talented offensive players on his team, and he's kind of one of the glue guys in the back for them, just keeping the pace and finding the disc as it sails back off those clears and doing a good job of it. For Jokr, it was Kung in that round with 4 points and 4 saves. So again, just classic Kung right there, doing what he always does. We see Jay with a steal there, an assist and save for Roktor. everyone in Jokr with double-digit stuns, but ultimately just a game of possession there. Possession times not too far apart,
Starting in 14,
but 4 more shots taken from Synapse bought them some extra goals, and
10,
just a lot of disc control. When they found themselves with that lead, they draw out the defense of the midfield and try to find those lower number opportunities, you know, where you can get those 1-on-1s, 2-on-2s, whatever the case, inside the goal. A bit easier to maneuver. But off on this third round, Jokr looking to make some noise, make a sound, but off of this heavy contest here from everyone, finally coming away with it through the rubble and the smoke. But Palace is going to take that back.
Interception.
So he has a couple nest passes, a shoulder pass now, up to the ceiling it'll go. Down low, but off, rolling off the rim.
Return to
Ryan there getting stunned by Palace. He'll try to recover, but a tap pass back out to Ryan, who now looks for a mighty quick clear there. There was some sauce behind that one. Andy ultimately finding it though, but not before Roktor gets it. And now dishing that to Kung, looking for that backboard shot, and it will be had, will be got, and Jokr on the board first in the third round, about a minute in.
11, 10, 9, 8.
And yeah, Rickster, Synapse will move on to, well, they'll remain without a loss in the season, indeed. I believe 7-0, I think. Unless I'm missing one. But nonetheless, and actually a crash coming here off his shot. Synapse losing one. Obviously playing on the goal. It's going to be grabbed out there by Andy. And then Ryan can't convert on it. Going to be rebounded by Jay. And Jay trying to find a pass up top. Oh, the rebound almost there. The second attempt. Not quite online. So Palace will tap that back out to the back line, though. And it's Kung with a grab. 4-on-3 situation. And now a dunk, but no, it is denied by YouTube again. YouTube with another save. Just undoing some of these offensive attempts in each round now for Jokr. But at the benefit of his team on Synapse. Now it's going to be another roll in, but this time diving out is Palace. It's just yet again, though, Jokr still maintaining control, playing the back line. The clear is not getting quite through. But yeah, so Synapse will indeed go to 7-0 currently. I believe they've lost, as far as individual rounds, they've lost 2. Going in here now for a shot attempt on some stun goalies. And there you go. It'll be Roktor the shot. Kung, I believe, doing the brawling duty. And actually no restart necessary because Synapse is back at a full team. So Jokr couldn't quite convert even on the 4-on-3 situation. You know, just kind of getting bothered by some of that defense. They almost had some good attempts, but it was YouTube with a denial on that one dunk. So no harm, no foul for Synapse, I suppose. They're going to be able to get back here and just try and make something happen. Looks like a clear coming out and just boost coming through. Both teams over on the other side. Jokr looking in good position. There you go to find it. So as a result, 9-0 now for Jokr. Finding a bit of space, maybe closing some of the gap from the last round or two.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And Lanzan mentioning, saying, we wish we had that field of view for first person while in-game. Yeah, maybe one day. Can you imagine, like, once you have headsets, especially with, like, really wide field of views, that's going to change the game quite a bit. Offensively, defensively, I mean, just being able to use your full peripheral vision or anywhere close would be amazing. And then grazing by the rim on that shot is Zach. So 2 points now, finally, for Synapse after a few minutes. 4 minutes almost.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So Jokr going to be out here again on the joust advantage. Less than 6 to go. But looking good in this third round. Trying to find that pass deep down to Ryan. Gonna go for the shots, and absolutely it will be right in that corner. So 12-2 for Jokr. Firing off on all cylinders at the moment.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
just trying to, as I see rally in the chat, well, Jokr trying to rally back after those 2 rounds earlier on. Andy W. gonna be in a little bit of trouble, so gets rid of the disc. Jaywalker finds a slap down into the hands, though, of Zach. He'll collect it, invert himself, look for that pass. Yeah, team play here, the coordination, very good. They know exactly where to send that disc whenever they recover it. You know, they have YouTube frequently playing that back line as some nice defense here. Causes a steal. I think that was Palace up there, now receiving the disc as well. Then right back at him is Roktor. So yes, you'll notice just immediately when Synapse gets the disc on an awful lot of these plays, they're finding such a quick pass to a precise location, so the comms playing a part. That shot, not quite online for the shot, but for the goal, it's going to be grabbed here in the back by Roktor. They're up by 10 points, 4.5 left to go. And just trying to draw themselves into the bubble, but diving out is YouTube, so good dive, but no clear. So now another attempt here. Great pass, a quick juke. And that is the U. 14-2 for Jokr.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8.
So right now, finally finding their strength here. Kung coming through with 10 points so far, between the last couple rounds anyway, as well as those 4 saves. So looking good for them. Off to Andy though. Gonna sling that through. Was worried about Roktor approaching on the defensive end. YouTube is gonna be there as well, contested by Ryan. A nice intercept again though. Delivers that to Rhino, but Rhino way, Jose. It is YouTube getting that out of the way on that play. And into the mid area it goes once again. And maybe finding it is Jay. So off it will go. Roktor down low. Maybe off this bounce, as pretty tight or close quarters at the moment. Jaywalker now gonna find the disc for Jokr, and now doing maybe a little bit of what we saw Synapse do in the first couple rounds, spacing out deep into the mid area just to draw the defense out a little more. Definitely played dividends for Synapse, so not a bad strat at all. I mentioned we've seen this in some of the games earlier on today as well, over in Europe, and you know, the nice thing about 4v4 at the very least, you can still leave a person in the goal and have 3 other players covering each lane, you know, left, right, and center. So it's combined with the whole format, the 10-minute games and such, it's, you know, stalling. You can't really wisely do it, effectively do it usually that early on. There's not as much of a benefit to it as with those 5-minute games, and that was almost in, but taking it is Andy looking for that clear. But yeah, and it applies to offense too, in the sense that you can, on offense, have someone playing the back line, you know, for those clears, the clear interceptions. And you can still have 3 offensive players up front trying to do work, offering them, you know, multiple passing lanes, multiple passing options. So it's just so much more dynamic than it used to be with 3v3 and those slower 5-minute matches. So we definitely like to see it. The strategies, the amount of strategies and metas that can develop here in 4v4, kind of off the charts. But going on the charts is YouTube with yet another save. Fantastic defensive play from him. Almost giving up a 3 there, though. And now right back to the back line it goes, drawing out the defenders once more. A pair of them, in fact. So if Jokr can actually approach this one fast, they'll have a nice numbers opportunity. Looking for a tight woven shot. Wow, that pass. It was almost deceptively slow, but it just got right into the right place, right time. Finding it through a trio of players was Ryan Rhino. Very nice job. And Rickster, thanks. Saying, Pally, congrats on the 100th cast. Yes, 100 casts this is. 100 games for me in what? As he goes in for this play, Zach getting stunned out and put back Palace. And Pal won't miss. But yeah, 100 games in 31 days, which as Sir Dimwee mentioned, he gave me a little loophole here because we started on the 4th of November for VRML week 1. But even though it's the 5th now, it's still 31 days, which falls in the realm of 1 month, right? Some months are 31 days, so it kind of gave me a slight loophole. I think I just have to put a little asterisk on it. But that aside, It's been great.
30 seconds remaining.
Many games, many days, many plays, and happy to say that I'm still loving it. Sponsored by McDonald's, just kidding also. It's going to go down low, though, to the pocket, and taken back here by Ryan Rhino. He's going to look for that short range pass to Kung, and Kung, the long range shot, will not make it, but Jay will be there for a rebound as the defense retreats into the goal. Going to be stunned out now and sends a pass off that momentum to the other side. Cannot find the disc, however. But regardless, Ryan Rhino looking on target, but no, it's 16-4 at the end of this one, third round. That is series to Synapse, but Jokr coming back with some strength with quadruple the points of Synapse in the third, 16-4. Very nice. So that was a fun match. Synapse here going up to 7-0, remaining undefeated. And VRespawn Jokr kind of slow to start, but got it going the later the match went on. And you got to figure here, maybe a Synapse in position now going into this next week, this last week, week 6 for the preseason. They might be in good position to take first place over on the ladder. So how about that? And yeah, so people in the chat mentioning all the games on Sunday. Yep, that's kind of been the case. Friday and Sunday, massively packed. But in any case, great game there. Well done again from everyone on both teams, but Synapse, congrats for the victory. Zach coming in strong with a lot of points for his team. Again, the reset kind of, scribbled the stats a wee bit, but we know he scored a lot of points there. YouTube had some great defense. I mean, 8 saves since that last restart, and that is huge for his team. Andy, the 3 saves as well as a few points, and I mean, Palace putting in stats in every category and leading the way there in the stuns. And then for Jokr, Ryan there filling up the stats as well with 7 points, pair of assists, pair of saves, 3 points for Rocktor, 2 assists. Jokr the assist and 24 stuns. I mean, just the individual and team play, both super impressive all across the board there. So that was a fun watch. But with that said, that was the game. Exciting match that was. Exciting cast that was. And we will have more matches on the way, well, tonight, imminently, in fact. Because next up in about, 15 minutes or so, we have some games. Let me see. It will be, we have VRespawn and Nova, as well as Flare and VRespawn Jokr. So, I think we'll at least cast here the Jokr Flare game, because that's going to be certainly one of intrigue. It's been a little while. And Flare, I'm really curious to see how their offense kind of matches against Jokr's defense, because Flare's passing game has been pretty incredible the last couple weeks. So looking forward to that one. But in any event, we're going to take a quick intermission here as we get resettled and figure out what's what. So I've been Palidore on casting. Cameras has been so much for subtlety, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Thanks for joining us, and have a good evening for the next 15 minutes. Bye!